I'll probably just blur you out, but I'll keep myself in it.
No, you're good.
Work. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for giving the time out, and I want to give a huge shout out to all the victims of domestic abuse and all the survivors of domestic abuse and the victims. Describe your situation or your relationship that you recently kind of went through.
Um, it was really stressful. It was a lot of hitting. It was very emotional, physical. And it's a lot. It's a lot on the it's a lot to like get all together.
How long were you with them?
I was with them for 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
How long until things started kind of getting kind of crazy into the relationship?
Well, I had my daughter. See, my daughter, she was born in 2000. Let me think real fast when she was born. She was born in 2013. He started getting crazy 2 years later.
2 years.
2 years.
Were there signs along the way at all?
No, that's the thing. No signs.
No signs. He was completely nice. So he woke up one day, boom.
Just started acting all crazy and just started flipping.
What was he claiming? That was it cheating or something at first, or what was the first?
It was just flip mode. Like trying to be controlling. We went to my friend's house. We went to a party, had a good time.
Was it a guy?
No, it was my friend. It was a girl.
Okay.
Went to her house, had a good time, came home, put my daughter down, and then he just lost it. He started beating the hell out of me.
Quick pause. I need to really just put to light the fact that most of the domestic cases that we're going to be covering on this channel, more than likely, I'm not trying to victim blame or victim shame anybody that's truly gone through a horrible domestic situation, but the reality of it is, a lot of times, these types of facts get trumped up. These domestic cases get trumped up into something that it really wasn't.
Was he drinking? Was he on anything at all? Maybe that could have affected. You don't have to say what it, but possibly.
No, I don't know. I think maybe he had a couple of shots, but nothing that he hasn't had prior to that. But nothing that would have made him the way he was that day.
Oh, okay. We got a police officer walking in. Look at it. So it just started randomly one day, and what after the first confrontation, what happened? What'd you do?
Of course, I stayed, but
of course,
he
as we do.
He apologized, of course. He won't do it again. This ain't gonna happen. This is not, him. I'm sorry. Blah blah blah. And then,
how long was it until maybe another argument or?
Honestly, 2-3 days later, it happened again. The same thing. And I'm like, look, man, I can't keep doing this. I'm not your beating post. Because I was working at a club at the time. And he met me there.
So y'all met at the club?
Yeah, we met at the club.
So was he saying?
Like nothing I did, I hid from him. Everything was honest. Like I told him. He knew.
So
I let him use my car for God's sake.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Now.
He even got my keys. Oh, rude.
What in the heck? Bro, you see it's going down out here right now. I don't know if that's a bus or what.
Yeah, it was a bus. I almost ran somebody over.
So gave him access, gave him things. You helped him out essentially to kind of bring him up a little bit.
Gave him money.
Gave him money.
Yeah. I was paying the rent. Yeah, he didn't work.
Now, you weren't like agitating a situation perhaps at all with maybe using that to above his head.
No.
You may be like, hey, or gaslighting him at all. Maybe
he's the one that asked me to help him because he had 2 kids.
He had 2 kids, right?
He had 2 kids.
Did you have any kids at the time?
No, just our daughter.
Okay, so you gave him. He gave you your first kids essentially.
Right.
So
exactly.
Okay, and he already had a family. You took him in, helped him.
Right.
After a year or so, things started tripping out, and you tried to work things out.
Right.
So, your first child comes along. You said you had 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so when does the next one come along? How long? How many years?
Later.
8 years later. So this is recently.
Yeah, actually not recently. Recently, I had him in 2015.
Okay. So shout out to. I know we spoke about your son earlier. So where do y'all stand right now?
Well, like I said, he committed suicide.
Oh, yes. So, okay, well, forgive me. Just another
But-
trigger warning. I'll have to put a warning on this.
Put our differences aside, I still kept our kids. I still spoke to him because of our kids.
So, okay, you still spoke to him.
Yeah.
Did you give him access to the little ones?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Really?
I still let him be a father, yeah.
Now, was it
I
supervised?
tried.
Because my
Yeah.
okay,
It was,
supervised.
they made
technically.
it supervised, not me.
They made it.
Yeah.
So
Differences aside,
because of
she
everything
still
going
spoke
on.
to
Yeah.
him
Okay, because the cases and
because
everything.
of the kids.
Was that something they had to pay
In
for?
reality, what
No.
happened is she
Okay.
kept him
Yeah,
away
they
from the
were.
kids
Did
for
he actually
whatever
go through
reason or
with seeing
another.
them?
Whether or not he
Yeah,
was
he
truly
actually did.
abusive,
Okay,
we'll
that's
never
good.
know.
So he had a
Actually,
relationship
when he
with
got
them.
out of jail, he stayed with his mom when he got out and my daughter.
Okay.
And then my son was with me because when we were both staying in Ohio at the time, my daughter stayed with my grandmother because, you know, we all got separated. And then she stayed with the grandmother. So, and then when he got out, he stayed with his mom. So,
Did the daughter eventually come back?
no,
She's still in Ohio.
She stayed in Ohio. They made that hard for me too, with her traveling over to another state.
So
They
you-
make that harder too.
You're the son right now.
Right.
Okay. And eventually the plans are to get back to around Ohio or to eventually link back up with
Yeah.
everybody eventually. You have family in Ohio.
My daughter.
Your daughter, just your
Yeah.
daughter. Who's she staying with though?
She's in the system.
She's in the system.
I've been fighting to get her forever. I've been fighting to get her. It's been an ongoing battle.
So where does that stand, or what process, or where are you in that process exactly? I'm not familiar with it.
No,
So
it's
this could
Ohio is very, very
Ohio.
handcuffed.
I hear Ohio.
Ohio is horrible.
I know here is like bad everything, but it's cheap rent. You want to know something?
You can afford the rent. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
We know the issues that are kind of going on with a lot of women that are claiming that they're abused when they're not, and it makes the
Exactly.
actual abuse. It makes it bad for the people who actually do.
I don't like
it takes. Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Like
There's a lot of
when-
fathers that go to jail for stuff they're not supposed to be going to jail for. I've seen it done too many times. I stuck up for dads and stayed with dads that went to jail. I've told officers to their face, look, this dad did not hit. They didn't want to hear.
How long did the officers take to get when you called them to the situation, or did you call them in the first situation, or was it neighbors?
In Ohio?
Oh, well, with your domestic situation with your ex, when
I had to run away.
you had to run away.
I had to literally run away.
So police were never like called to the house or.
Oh
from
no, it
argument or
never.
something?
Because they never had a phone. One, they never get access to anything. He always had everything on him.
To make sure of that.
So, and then they always get away. It's not that simple. If it was that simple, I wouldn't have been with his new man.
Was he? So he would track you down.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
He was
And
obsessed.
my daughter, she was very gullible, daddy's little girl, you know. And then she would tell him, he would tell her, oh yeah, she's behind dumpsters sucking dick and da da da. And then he would put his hands on me right in front of her and not even care.
Not even care. No.
Not even care.
Yeah.
And tell her, yeah, that's because your mom was out screwing around. And I'm like, with who? It was to the point, like, I was to the point of having receipts from buses. Can I have a receipt? Can I have a receipt? Because my boyfriend don't believe me that I'm getting off the bus at this time.
No, you were just going to do normal
Work.
Oh,
Go
you
to
just
work. I was to the point
Oh,
working
my
3
God.
jobs.
Stop.
Bro, he was jealous of me working at a bar. Like, bartending.
And obviously you're attractive, so you're gonna have naturally, you know. I know as a guy, but the problem is with him, it's like, dude,
I'm
you got a
like,
woman that's giving
I've
you
offered
everything.
him to come to the
That's
bar
crazy.
where I work.
Oh yeah, you can't do anything else then. Dude, if you offered him to come up to work and you gave him untethered access every time he called you or tried to reach out,
Oh,
you were
he's
there to
answered?
pick. Oh yeah. There's
Oh,
nothing else you can do.
there's
You did
nothing to
perfect.
hide,
Yeah,
nothing.
you did perfect.
My phone's always on 24/7. My phone's never off. Now, see, if I leave my phone off or do something suspicious, I can see why I gotta get mad and suspicious.
Right.
But no, I'm not gonna give you a reason to
Was he-
think otherwise.
See a big guy?
No, he wasn't a big guy. I would say about 200 pounds.
Okay.
But he wasn't a big guy. It was just.
What was it about
I'm
him?
not a like.
Yeah. What was it?
Two wrongs don't make a right, I guess you could say. And I knew my strength in a way, and I.
What was it about him? And we'll wrap it up in here in a second. What was it about him that kind of initially attracted you?
When he picked up, honestly, before. Okay, I'm be honest with you. He's not even a cute guy.
We appreciate Amanda for her time. We might have a part 2 in a little bit. If you like and donate, if you donate to the Cash App and the links below, any of the donations on this particular video are going to go back to her. Y'all know where we're at. Truth Seekers. THT will be live back in a second. Take care.